Good afternoon. A man has been arrested on suspicion of kidnapping a teenager from Shropshire. 17-year-old Georgia Williams was last seen leaving her home in Wellington on Sunday evening. Police believe she may have been travelling with a 22-year-old man. A man was arrested in Glasgow this morning on suspicion of kidnap. Officers are appealing directly to Georgia to come forward. Her friends have also appealed for her safe return. 2 letters have been read out in court claiming that a man from the West Midlands who's accused of murdering his girlfriend in Crete used to beat her. Luke Walker, who's from Brierley Hill, seen here in the centre, denies murdering 20-year-old Chelsea Hyman 3 years ago. One letter from a woman claiming she knew the couple said that he'd hit his girlfriend before. Another letter was from a man who claims he overheard Mr Walker's father telling a friend that Luke had admitted hitting Miss Hyman. Mr Walker's lawyers and family questioned the evidence in the letters. Luke Walker broke down in court when one of his friends took to the stand and said he loved Chelsea 100%. The case continues. A woman given just weeks to live after being diagnosed with 4 brain tumours says she's angry that it took 18 months to get a scan. Lindsay Scrimshire from Earl Shilton claims medics at the Leicester Royal Infirmary didn't give her a brain scan, despite the fact she told them she was suffering from violent headaches following a battle with breast cancer. The tumours were finally discovered last month.
If they had a scan in, it'd been all right. At least Mark would be burying me thinking, well, we did everything we could. They did everything they could, you know, but they didn't. They just didn't. People know their own bodies. They know when something's wrong, you know, and I knew there was something wrong.
Well, the hospital has apologised to Lindsay, but added her treatment for breast cancer in 2011 was completely appropriate and says under national guidance it does not scan patients after treatment. Now, a meeting over the future of Coventry City has broken up with no apparent resolution. The administrator and the club's creditors emerged from talks at a local hotel without making any comments to waiting reporters. According to fans from the Sky Blue Trust, which staged a small demonstration outside, the parties are planning to meet again in London in 2 weeks.
We just want to be listened to, you know. They want to move the club out of Coventry. You know, we're not willing to go anywhere. We don't care whether it's Birmingham, whether it's Walsall, whether it's for 3 years or 1 month. We're not going. You know, the heart of the club is in Coventry.
A little boy who contracted a severe form of meningitis is helping to highlight the call for the introduction of a new vaccine to combat the disease. Tommy Brown, who's from Walsall, had to have limbs amputated when meningitis B spread rapidly through his body. He's now appearing on posters for a charity campaign urging the government to make a newly licensed vaccine available to all.
They don't think they can improve the treatment anymore than what they've got now. So even in the best hands, it's not always you can save that life, and only a vaccine will prevent it happening in the first place.
Workers at the Molson Coors Brewery in Burton-on-Trent have voted to go on strike. 97% of the Unite Union members backed the walkout over pay and conditions. A date for the strikes hasn't been set. Nearly 500 people are employed at the site, which produces Carling and other brands. The companies say they're disappointed and that negotiations are ongoing. Now, veteran entertainer Sir Bruce Forsyth will be performing at Birmingham's Symphony Hall tomorrow night. Ahead of his one-man show of songs and comic routines, our very own Lucy Kite has been to Bruce's house to chat to him all about it. Well, the full interview will be on ITV News Central at 6 o'clock tonight, but here's a little taster of what's to come.
I don't feel aged at all. When I come off, I do.
Oh, do you feel tired?
When I come off, I'll feel tired, especially later after the adrenaline goes, and then I'll have a good spell in bed.
But you look after yourself, don't you?
I do.
Look after yourself. And
I do.
Do your stretches in the morning?
I do a work, even in bed before I get up. I do. Really, I do. I do my twirling around with my feet,
Good.
like this, you see. Then I twirl the other way, 21 each time. I stretch the leg one way, stretch the other leg. That's good for the hips and the legs.
Good for Brucey. Can't wait to see the rest of that. OK, time now for the weather with Joe Blythe.
A few days of sun. You got to be prepared.
Oh, I'm ready.
Good afternoon. Some rain around today, tonight and first thing tomorrow, but after that settling down in the run-up to the weekend. This afternoon, plenty of cloud across the region, outbreaks of rain steady from time to time, and it's feeling rather cool. Tonight, patchy rain becomes persistent again during the course of the night, but it won't be a chilly one. A damp, grey start to the day tomorrow, brightening up from the southwest later with a few showers.
Flybe, sponsors of ITV Central Weather.
Suffering from hay fever? ITV Pollen Count is sponsored by Benadryl.
Grass pollen levels today have been low with the rain around. Tomorrow picking up in the brighter spells to moderate, and similarly on Friday, moderate grass pollen across the Midlands.
Well, that's it for now. Samina and Bob will be back with ITV News Central at 6. But from the team, whatever you're doing, have a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.